Hi, buonasera. Good evening. What's poppin'? It's your boy Big Rich, Queens, New York City, where we get busy. I got a little bit of my Pineapple Express left. Just picked up some Gorilla Glue. You know how we do. Gentlemen, wipe your feet on the rug, throw some smoke in the atmosphere. It's time to get into business. 80-year-old mob associate sentenced to 10 years in prison for drug dealing. A reputed mob associate was sentenced to 10 years in New Jersey State Prison for distributing nearly a pound of crystal meth and thousands of pills with heroin and fentanyl with his associate, a reputed member of the Philadelphia Cosa Nostra. That associate is Joseph Servidio. Now, remember, we did a video on Joseph Servidio. He was the one that got caught on tape saying, you could beat anything in court, but you can't beat the tape. Charles Chianese, 80, of Point Pleasure, was sentenced to 120 months in state prison. That's 10 years for an 80-year-old man. That's crazy. On Wednesday for distributing 2/3 of a pound of crystal meth and thousands of pills containing heroin and deadlier fentanyl, U.S. Attorney Craig Carpenito said in a statement. Chianese had been arrested and charged along with Joseph Servidio, a reputed mobster in the La Cosa Nostra. Servidio previously pled guilty in June of 2019 and is scheduled for sentencing at the end of the month. FBI agents arrested Chianese on March 2018 at the tail end of an investigation that involved all the trappings of a mob movie, undercover drug buys, confiscated handguns, cash and covert recordings from a snitch who was wearing a wire, a disgraciad. Together, Chianese and Servidio sold 300 pills containing heroin to an FBI agent at a rest stop at the Garden State Parkway on December of 2016, the statement said. Both of the reputed mob members sold heroin and fentanyl pills along with crystal meth to an FBI undercover agent several times. Chianese was responsible for distributing nearly half a pound of fentanyl and heroin and 2/3 of a pound of crystal meth. When FBI agents arrested Chianese, they found a .38 caliber revolver, a magazine, a .380 caliber semi-automatic handgun, and more than $25,000 in cash. In one of Servidio's taped conversations that were cited in his criminal complaint, Servidio mentions purchasing a .38 caliber revolver because the gun left no shells as evidence. Quote, well, not just to have, to use it and throw it the fuck away. Don't want no casings to come out. A revolver is better off, Servidio allegedly said on tape. Much of the duo's conversations about everything from selling drugs to potential mob hits in New Jersey were caught on tape. Among the key pieces of evidence that sunk both the reputed mobsters. The recorded meetings happened at Servidio's house in Marmora, nearly 20 miles south of Atlantic City, and other places in the area. The meetings were included in the 64-page indictments filed against Servidio. For 3 hours, the duo staked out a drug-dealing associate's house, waiting until the man would be alone so they could kill him, the indictment said. The planned hit was revenge for an unnamed associate publicly bad-mouthing Servidio's criminal activity. Servidio allegedly was caught on tape in June 2017 talking about how he and Chianese would get away with the hit, leaving no evidence behind. In a bout of irony, one of the tapes includes Servidio allegedly discussing how one can get away with crimes no matter the evidence, unless you're caught on tape. Quote, 80% of eyewitnesses got the wrong person, Servidio explained to the Wired informant, according to the criminal complaint. 80%. They look like the person. So without any corroborating evidence, you can even beat that. The things you can beat are the tapes with you saying it. But I would assume if he heard this recording in court, he has to know, right, who he spoke to. Joseph Servidio, 58, of Upper Township, New Jersey, was identified as a soldier in the Philadelphia Cosa Nostra by FBI agent Mark R. Hindle. Also arrested were Carl Chianese, 79, of Point Pleasant, 80, and Michael Galicchio, 49, of Garfield. The case is also allegedly tied to the Boston mob, from the mean streets of Boston. The case also involved confidential sources. CS1 in the indictment is a made member of the Philadelphia La Cosa Nostra, who has been given the FBI information since 2015. A disgrazia. A pezze di merda. He's also personally familiar with numerous associates and members of the Philadelphia mob and undercover agents. He went on to discuss not talking about criminal activities with or around certain people. Servidio was also recorded explaining how he ran a legitimate business as a front for his illegal revenue. I'm a criminal. Everything I do is criminal. I got to get out of it. Servidio said last July. Last year, I robbed an armored car to break even. Over about 2 years, Chianese, Galicio, and Servidio, plus the informants, undercover agents, and others, met frequently at various places, including their homes, restaurants, and even rest stops along the parkway, mainly to trade cash and drugs. Also, they occasionally bickered over the quantity of the drugs they were getting, according to the complaints. They did take precautions such as using a coded language to discuss drug deals. They also frequently switched cell phones. It also was last July when Servidio told an informant that he and Chianese were planning to shoot a mafia associate who Servidio suspected of talking openly and disparagingly about Servidio's criminal activity, according to the complaint. Servidio's attorney, Marco A. Laraca of Orange, told the press, "We're in the very beginning stages of this case, and for me to comment on the strengths or weaknesses of the government's case would be irresponsible. My client maintains his innocence, and we intend to defend the case," Laraca said. "My client denies any involvement in organized crime. All three men are convicted drug runners. Beginning in 2006, Galicio spent 7 years in prison for conspiracy to distribute oxycodone. Chianese was twice convicted for distributing meth and spent 16 years in federal prison, getting out at the beginning of 2015. Servidio went to prison in December of 2006 and stayed until April of 2011 for selling cocaine. Chianese was on supervised release at the time of his arrest on March 14th. All three remain in federal custody in Philadelphia." All right, so great article. Again, we talked about Servidio a while ago. This guy got caught on tape talking about how bad it is to get caught on tape. That's crazy. At least they had a coded language. At least they were switching up cell phones. I guess that's why they needed a snitch on the inside. But based on these recordings, I'm pretty sure Servidio remembers who he was talking to, right? So maybe there's a way to figure out who the snitch is. Now, I'm not saying I'm all for that or not, but logic tells me, if I was sitting in court listening to wiretaps of my conversations, I would remember who I was speaking to, right? All right, so salute Mob Story Season 2. Salute to Ed Scarpo, of course, of Cosa Nostra News. Salute to Dapper Don of the Five Families, NYC.com. Again, by the Dapper Don of the Five Families, NYC.com. I would assume that's www.thefivefamiliesnyc.com. You know how we get down. And salute to my buddy, Thomas Frelioa. I hope I'm saying it right, Tom. It was good to see you in the room this morning, buddy. And again, salute to everybody else. Have a great evening.